Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Always down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
We quite like this theme music, Mac, but if you have a better suggestion, go ahead and send it along. Excellent. I just got updated on a delivery that I am expecting. Perfect. That'll make this stream even better. If anybody can guess what it is, go ahead and guess. Miss Courtney, though, firstly, thank you, and you made me laugh. 20 million bajillion dollars, or whatever they use in Canada. I assume whale bones. You're correct. It is whale bones, and I appreciate each and every one of them. Thank you so much. I think really do rock my world. A delivery of Tim Hortons coffee. Well, I just delivered that to myself. This is a fresh cup of coffee that I just made while we were counting down the moments. And I'm hoping to enjoy it with what I'm actually getting delivered. And how many of these dollars are metric? All of them now. Well, all of them once YouTube Daddy sends them to me, because he sends them to me metrically. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well today. I want to first start by saying another huge congratulations to friends of the channel and a friend of mine, Credence and Mikey, for hitting 50K. They had a wonderful 50K celebration today. Many awesome moments from that, and I would urge you to go back and watch their 50K celebration. It was awesome. I hope one day we get to celebrate something like that here. We indeed are celebrating 2K, and I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing and being part of the crew. Somebody said to me recently, they meant it in a bad way. I like it. But they were like, it seems like you're just like hanging out with your friends on your channel. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much exactly it. Yeah, that's right. So again, they were sort of saying it like a bad thing, and I was like, no, it sounds exactly right. That's exactly right. Um, when you know what? There are great I was watching some really good ad copy today, which is very funny. Um, like I went back and watched the ad again. That's how good the ad was. That doesn't happen very often. I went back and rewatched a NordVPN ad of all things. Um, but yes, I nothing's wrong with it, Vicky. It's just it is not the quickest path to making a channel big. That's just the way it is. But that's not my goal. My goal is to hang out with you guys and have a good time. I appreciate you coming and hang out even at a later time than normal. It is indeed 2026, 8:26 p.m. on the West Coast where I am. And I hope that you've all had a wonderful evening. I haven't had dinner yet. At this point in time, at this point of day, I probably won't eat dinner. It's just not going to happen. Courtney, it's the middle of the night, for God's sakes. You're making me laugh. So yeah, I haven't eaten anything. I probably won't, but you can tell me what you had for dinner. And if you didn't like what you had for dinner, go ahead and tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Bev won't be here. Oh, well, we will miss her. I operate in 24-hour time, Mac, because uh I worked with cruise ships for a long time and I don't ever like to be late. So I remember when I've told the story so many times, but I had an employee who showed up at the wrong time. They showed up in the morning and it would have been at nighttime. For that, we had everybody switch to the 24-hour clock on their watch so that they understood the time they had to show up. Um, but yes, I know. And it totally is. It is. But 2028 now, we should get started. We do have, oh, that sounds delicious. You guys, oh, spaghetti and meatball. That sounds really yummy. That sounds yummy. A big breakfast. Ice cream Sammies. Those would be good. Oh, double cheddar smoked sausages. We're glad you're here, Mayor. We are indeed. I'm glad each and every one of you is here, hanging out with me on a Saturday night. Okay, let me go see if my delivery has arrived. And we'll put on some court. I don't think we've watched this before, so let's hope. Ooh, Grim. That sounds yummy. I talked about my new corn recipe recently. It was really good. Ooh, ribs and tots. Perfect. It's outside. I will go grab that in a second. Hi, Lori. Let me just get
22.
To serve up to 45 days.
okay. I don't think we've seen this because that woman's background there looks different. I usually comment on things like that, but I'll BRB.
One moment, please. All right, just a moment here to get us back on the record, and we'll go to Mr. Bush. We're back on the record.
Okay. Mr. Bush, in this matter, you're charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes, I do.
Court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Bush, I'm going to take some testimony from you and Ms. Plack. We'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Platt, you can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on docket 2022-1807 DS in the matter of Vasquez versus Bush. In this matter, Lamont Bush is appearing for an adjourned bench warrant hearing that was adjourned by your honor to allow him to appear with counsel. He is presently ordered to pay $516.50 each month. It's $376 for the current monthly support, $87 for monthly confinement, $50 towards arrears, and then the $3.50 service and processing fee. His last payment in this case was made through income withholding on November 15th of 2023. That was for $132.53. This is the first bench warrant. He's had one prior show cause with no findings of contempt. He failed to appear on September 5th of 2023 for a show cause hearing before the referee. Compliance was measured over 12 months at the $516.50 per month obligation. During that time, he paid $265.06. It left him short $5,932.94 for the year. In this matter, he did post the $200 bond in front of the courts requesting that be forfeited and applied. However, he remains in jail on 3 charges unrelated to the front of the court. We have his bookend date showing originally May 9th of 2024. He's been sitting since that date.
May 9th. Holy shit. That's like a month almost that he was sitting. That's a long time. Also, thank you for being here, Alana. I did see what you had for dinner. Delicious. Also, the strain that I'm going to imbibe in is called Notorious. It's indica dominant by Pistol and Paris. Oh, you can't really see that. And I got Coca-Cola. In case you're wondering what service delivers Coca-Cola and marijuana, that's a private service. Hi, Hunter.
What is the total arrearage in this
Oh, I'm
matter?
sorry, I missed that, Judge. Total arrearage is $8,948.45 as of the end of May.
Thank you. Ms. Perkins, do you dispute or contest the statements made by Ms. Platic?
No,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Platic?
I have no questions.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Perkins?
Your Honor, back when my client had his income withholding taken out, he was working on installing solar panels, and that was a job that finished, and everybody was let go afterwards. And therefore, after that, he was having a hard time finding a job. He did line up a new job, Systex. Unfortunately, he did get picked up in the jail, so he was not able to start that job. However, that job is still holding his position open for him. The other matters he's in jail for, he's going to court on Friday, and he believes that he will be let out of the jail from that at that time.
Can we just take one moment to appreciate a job where imagine you're working and the new dude starts and you're like, hey man, you were supposed to start last month. What happened? Oh, I've been in jail this whole time. Like, I'm sorry, what is going on? Also, a month in jail seems like a really long time for unpaid child support. I don't like that, but I also don't like it when people don't pay their child support. You know, Shannon? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, Shannon? I hope you're doing well. Um, Also, guys, please hit the like button. It's super helpful. YouTube Daddy, he counts. He like totally keeps track, you know.
And be able to start Systex soon after that. What we're asking for is an adjournment of these matters to give him the opportunity to get out of jail and get that job started, to get that income withholding put back in place. He does want to be paying his child support. He does not want these to continue to add. He was just having a hard time there for a little bit, but it sounds like everything's getting back on track, and we're asking for that opportunity to let him get back on track.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bush, in this matter, obviously you have a sizable arrearage in this particular case, and haven't paid since November of 2023. Tell me what's happened since November of 2023.
Like she said, it's really been hard. It's really been hard for a lot of people to get jobs out here because it's been a freeze in there, like in employment. But I've been looking around for jobs and everything. Like she said, and I had found a job at Systex. I was supposed to start.
When's he gonna start? Everybody, put it in the chat. Mayor, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much, Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, which day does everybody gonna start the job? It's always on. Say it with me now. Write that in the chat. Mayor got it. It's Monday. It's always Monday, ladies and gentlemen. If you had I start my job on Monday on your bingo card, go ahead and knock that off. Also, let me speak this into existence. When this channel hits 50K, we will have bingo cards that you all are going to have. in the flesh. Okay? Okay? You hear me? We're gonna play a fucking best bingo ever. Courtney said in 3 days. It's late for Courtney. It's late for Courtney. But oh, Shannon, you got a membership. That's awesome. Oh, Jim knew too. It's always Monday, you guys. It's always Monday. Used to pay on Monday so the framers wouldn't have money and get in jail over the weekend. I bet you mean like house framers, not farmers. That's crazy. Matt, God, thank you so much. Do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 10 stars for everybody. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And reminder, tomorrow is members only. We do that every Sunday after Court Watchers Anonymous. You know, I was toying around with the name for this. Yeah, you bring that loud, it'll gonna be a party. Um, ah, that is amazing. Thank you again, Mac, so much. That's so awesome. And Judge Cranky, I know Vince, he's a bit cranky, right? But we're in a good mood today. Also, yeah, pot delivery. To be clear, this isn't, I did not order one single joint from a dispenser. I am not made of money. So I did not order one single joint from a dispensary. A friend dropped this off for me with a bottle of Coke because they were driving by. So that's the delivery that I was waiting for. Like, you can't get that from people. So, but I think they should. They absolutely should offer like food delivery along with your weed or booze. They should be delivering booze to people too, you know? Thank you so much again, Mac. Thank you again, Mayor. You guys seriously are doing amazing. Um, and yeah, they're both sort of cranky on different days, Vince, honestly, and they're both lenient on other days. It is for us to see what happens. I'm all excited now. And the strain of weed is called what again? Notorious. That's right. Notorious.
Tuesday, but I ended up getting in trouble for getting pulled over. Well, not even pulled over. I had the police pulled up on me and just had was talking to me and found out I had warrants and it took me into custody.
Okay, tell me from November to the date that you were picked up, what did you do to acquire employment?
I kind of was just doing little under the table jobs for family members and stuff because I had ended up moving to Minnesota for about 2 months, 3 months.
You were
And
what? I didn't catch you. Were what for 2 or 3 months?
I was doing under the table work for my cousin in Minnesota. She owns her own business, but she just let me do little under the table work because I needed my license. And I didn't have them at the moment. They were suspended. And now I have my license. So I possibly might be moving back to Minnesota to work for her if I get out and this tax doesn't work out for me, which it should.
If you were working for those 2 or 3 months under the table for this person, why were you not paying support?
Honestly, Judge, I wasn't thinking about it at the moment. I was more or less I was helping my baby mama out instead of paying the courts on me. I wasn't thinking of it.
Okay. What's your education background, sir?
I was supposed to graduate 2015, but I had left school in 11th grade, so I've recently been in the process of trying to get my GED. I've taken 3 of the tests at YMCA. I got 1 test.
Took in 3 of them. Oh my God. Listen, I don't want to. Furthering education is really good. I don't know why it bothers me so much when they're took in. Oh my God.
Left to take.
Okay, so you haven't got the GED yet.
No, but I am in the process.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Perkins?
No,
Well, in this matter, the court does note that Mr. Bush had worked and paid his support obligations sporadically up through November 15, 2023, at which time he discontinued paying support obligation. He's now is approximately $9,000 in arrears, but his obligation is only $516.50 per month, so he has considerable time before that he was not paying. In this case, he stated that he was working under the table for 2 to 3 months since November, but as he said, he was not thinking about the support obligation, therefore he was not paying it. The court will find that he did have available resources and could have paid support. He did not do so, and therefore did not make a good faith attempt at compliance, failed or refused to comply, and he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
no, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, first, the court will forfeit the bond previously posted by Mr. Bush in this matter. The court could sentence you, Mr. Bush, up to 45 days. I'm not going, it looks like you spent 27 days incarcerated in this matter. The court will sentence you to 27 days with credit for 27 days served. As a result, you would not have to spend any additional time in jail on this particular matter. And I'm doing that because, again, it is your first bench warrant, first time you've not had any prior findings of contempt. So that is why I'm doing it. But I will let you know that in subsequent hearings, if you have not been paying, that it can go up to 90 days in this matter. You understand, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, all right, so. Let me get now Mr. Ford.
You did hear your state,
And,
Shannon. He was getting paid under the
Custodial
table
Karen,
by
that's
somebody up
Regal,
there.
right, Katie? Okay,
Yes, that's correct.
let me get those two here. One moment. Just a moment, sir.
Okay.
Just waiting for Ms. Regal to connect. Please unmute, ma'am. Can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Hofer, we're ready for you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Find a place where you get real reception. Sit down, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm just getting out of the house for the kids.
Okay, movement is distracting to the court. Okay, Mr. Forthoffer, in this matter,
Sir, did you literally walk around and just choose a place that has 2 garbage bags over the windows? Is that actually what's going on there? I'm pretty positive that that's what's going on there. Oh my god. I am I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I think it's time to light my joint.
you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Court had appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Did you have sufficient time to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, thank you.
And Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Okay. Mr. Forthoffer, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in. Ms. Platic has already been sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Platic, you can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here on docket 2018-12160S in the matter of Regal versus Forthfer. In this matter, we are here on an adjourned show cause that was adjourned in April to allow the respondent to complete his CDL class and begin paying as ordered. The current obligation in this matter is $1,683.50 per month. That's
Yeah, I'm sorry, what? Repeat that? Ma'am? Repeat that? It gets worse, Aaron. It seems to be getting worse. The garbage bag man owes how much, ma'am? Holy shit. Seriously.
60S in the matter of Regal versus Forthford. In this matter, we are here on an adjourned show cause that was adjourned in April to allow the respondent to complete his CDL class and begin paying as ordered. The current obligation in this matter is $1,683.50 per month. That's $1,483 for current, $197 is the guideline amount for him to be repaying the arrears, and the $3.50 service and processing fee. The only payment made since the time of the adjournment was yesterday, June 4th, for $300. He paid that on his own. This is the second show cause with no bench warrants and no contempt findings, but I do want to remind the court that this is now the 9th hearing we've held due to adjournments. Compliance was measured over 2 months at the $1,683.50 per month obligation. During that time, he paid the one $300 payment, which left him short $3,067. Current arrearage as of the end of last month is $9,846.54, and he has had no previous jail sentences in this matter.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, do you contest or dispute any statements made by Ms. Platic?
No,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Platic?
no questions.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Perkins?
Your Honor, my client has been working diligently to try to get his CDL. He has taken several tests, and it's several different parts that he has to take. He has to take written tests. He has to take another test where he's backing up the truck and doing.
Yeah, I know. We talked about this. My ex-husband failed. He couldn't do the air brakes. I don't care. What the fuck was he doing when you got $1,400 a month in child support? He wasn't not working then.
And several things like that. And then there's a road test. And this Friday, he is doing another part of that CDL test. There was a couple of times he failed certain things and had to redo them. So he has been working diligently to try to get his CDL. He is confident that this Friday, after that test, he will be able to pass everything and finally get that CDL and be able to start working. He has been in contact with several different places that are hiring for truck driving, and they have all told him, once you get that CDL, get back to us and we'll talk about employment. So they're not going to talk to him before he gets that CDL. And like I said, he's got that last test that he has to do this Friday. So what we're asking for is another adjournment to give him that opportunity to finish that up. He has been working diligently on it. It's not like he's been taking his time or wasting his time. He's been working on it. He just needs to add a little additional time to get that done and be able to start working. He does want to be paying this child support. He does not want it to continue to get worse. He wants it to get better and get behind him with regard to this. And we're just asking for you to give him that opportunity to finally get this done for him. It's been a hard road for him. He was working at Feral Gas there for a little while. They were working with him with regard to getting a CDL, but then the person that hired him got fired, and then he got fired after that. And that was not due to his fault, but the company wasn't believing, since the person that hired him got fired, wasn't believing certain things. And so
I'm sorry, what? What? That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I don't think she's reading the room, Aaron. She's reading something, but I don't think she's reading the room. So she's just saying he was hired by somebody who's inept? Jesus Christ.
he's had issues with regard to this. And we're just asking for a little additional time.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Forthoffer, in this matter, she states that you'd worked with Feral Gas. How long had you worked for them?
About 3 months.
Okay, and when was that 3 months, the time frame?
That was, let's see, September to, I'm getting confused here. End of November, or it was in December, I believe. Not a very good time to get fired. I don't know the exact dates, but
Was that in 2023?
yes.
And obviously, based upon the amount that you've paid, you didn't pay support during that time. Why not?
I called the courts like I should, and honestly, just thought that it was going through. Everything's done electronically, and I thought I was all caught up and or on a good path of being caught up. And then I find out that they never answered back to friend of the court and get that all lined up. But I learned that it's all on me.
Did they take the money? It would show up on your paycheck, on your stub, bud. You just like happily noted that, oh, they're not taking out that money anymore. We did hear that one case where the guy claimed that his boss took the money and didn't pay it. And the judge had a hard time believing that because I think it's illegal, like highly illegal, for an employer to do that because there's like some agreement that they get into with the government about paying like mandatory withholdings. So there's that, but I know it's always someone else's fault, right? Always somebody else's fault. I'm even more weirded out by the garbage bags now. Like, what is going on? It looks like a front window, like a front door to me.
My
Well,
negligence is not.
It's easy enough. See, it's easy enough to look at your paycheck stub or a computer printout or whatever you have. You'd know whether the support obligation was being paid. It's $1,600 and something. You'd know if that's being taken out each month.
At the time, it wasn't that much. It was 500.
Well, regardless, how much? Let's say it's $500. If your check isn't coming out with $500 less, you obviously know that it's not being paid.
Yeah, I understand. Everything's done electronically, and I'm not that guy. It's everything's done electronically on the phone. Resumes, you can't do any pay stubs.
Oh, this is what in the fuck? Probably stolen art being hidden. Hi, she's a maker. Oh, Lori, I realize now. Oh my god. You guys think he's covering up porn fiction? It's the kidnapped victim. Oh my god. Is this a good excuse? Is this a good excuse to not pay your child support, folks? I'm totally inept. I'm just 1,000% inept at everything I do. Mirrors that show the rest of his house. That's a good one. He did walk us through here. Oh god. And really, is this it? 500 is less than 20 bucks a day? That's like this day and age, like adopt a child or whatever. Like a form, those ones that you used to pay for and then have on your fridge. Were those scams? World Vision or whatever, allegedly.
Okay,
Paper.
okay, sir, none of that matters. If I know that I'm making, let's say gross per month, I'm making $2,000. So I know that my net is, let's say, $1,400. If I get a check for $1,400, I know that they're not taking out child support. Why is that difficult?
That whole situation with that job was just difficult and confusing. I got hired. We want you to deliver these tanks, and then we're going to get you in this truck and deliver bulk. And then Scott
Okay.
gets fired. And
Okay, sir, I don't care what jobs you were doing. I care that you were working and being paid and not paying your child support. So all of this is just deflecting from the fact that you didn't pay.
well, there was the full custody thing going on with my kids, and just a lot going on. And this child support, it is my fault. But I just, it's a lot going on in my life and a lot of stress, and that job didn't help. But yes, it's my fault. But I'm just telling you honestly how it is, and I won't make that mistake again. I can tell you that.
Okay. Ms. Brigo, is there anything you would like to tell me?
I wish that the front of the court would have been able to prove that.
Hold the fucking phone. He tapped that? Sir. Sir, I didn't even think. That's his ex? She's pretty decent. He's a sad sack, allegedly. He's seriously given every fucking thing ever. Man, I hope she rails into him like that last lady did. Remember the lady that was like, yeah, well, my husband now takes care of these kids. And it was actually very sad. They were like, oh, we can't save to have our own kid because, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh, only responsible people would think like that. Like, stupid people don't be like, we don't have enough money for kids. They just have kids. But like, smart people are like, I don't know economically if we can afford more children, so we shouldn't have any. And then they don't. And then you're like, oh, we don't have any smart.
The CDL testing has actually attempted to even take place, because I don't believe he's shown up for those things despite him saying that he hasn't passed. The reason for that is because I spent almost 8 years with Michael and he had a CDL at that time. So this isn't something new for Mike.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
Nope, I'm just ready for court to be over.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, anything else you have or any questions for Ms. Borrego?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Perkins?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, in this matter, the court will make the following finding.
What finding is the court going to what is the court going to do? Make a guess right now. Mac, I was looking at your comment there, and I think that a very cynical way of looking at that is the best way to do that is to find a pretty woman that thinks she's ugly. Anyways, I think that he's gonna give him like 3 days jail. Or let him purge it for like $500. Oh, it's song lyrics? Oh. Yeah, mine wasn't advice or anything.
In this case, Mr. Forthofer is obviously at a period of time back in September through either the end of November or sometime in December, he was working for Ferrellgas. He was obviously being paid at that time. He was fired as a result of, again, his supervisor being fired, but notwithstanding that, he had income for those 3 months and was not paying any support at that particular time. The court will find that he did not pay out of available resources. He failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is.
No, you cannot purge child support, but you can purge a contempt with the court by paying a certain amount of bond that goes towards the child support.
In contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
No, Your Honor.
Well, the court note that he does not have a prior finding of contempt, and the court is taking that into consideration. He had 2 prior bench warrants. But again, the court does believe, based upon, again, the total disregard of the support obligation in this matter, that I could sentence you, Mr. Vorhofer, up to 45 days in jail. I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sentence you to 14 days in jail with credit for no time served. Court would order that you report to the Calhoun County Sheriff Department no later than 4:00 p.m. on June 21st, 2024. I'm giving you that couple weeks so that you can get the testing that Ms. Perkins states you're taking this week or next week, whenever you have to, but you'll have that period of time to get it done. What I will do is state that in this matter that again, the court will allow you to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $1,000 prior to the June 21st, 2024 date. So if in fact you pay the $1,000 before that date, you do not need to serve the 14 days. If not, you need to report to the jail at that particular time to serve your time. If you do not report, sir, I will let you know that there could be additional charges. You could be held in contempt of court and spend 90 days in jail at that time. So you need to report if you don't pay the purge amount. You're free to go, and have a good day.
Thank you.
Not till June 21st. He's just in his own cell.
That's all you have,
Aaron.
Ms. or Ms. Platic, right?
That is, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go on to our next hearing here.
Right. Okay, sure. Let's go on.
Custodial. That is. One moment, please.
Right. Like, oh, sir, are you driving? Oh my God, he's driving.
Mr. Moore, in this matter, he is your respondent. Is that correct, Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Moore, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges?
Yes,
Okay. And the court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this proceeding?
yes,
Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Okay. Ms. Gilman and Mr. Moore, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
yes,
Okay. Ms. Gilman, you can proceed.
Thank you. We are here on one matter today, docket 2017-494 DP involving Brittany Robinson and Arthur Moore. Arthur Moore's total monthly obligation is $168.50. That is $15 for current support, $50 for arrears, and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees.
What the fuck is it? Did she just say? Did she just say $15 a month? For what? A gerbil? What kind of child support order is this? Is this a joke? Also, I had to fix it, Jim, with a pin. Oh, careful. You're getting your wish. I had to fix it with a pin. Seriously, what the heck? Is that what she said? $15? Or even if it's $130? Jesus, what? Okay. Let's go back a wee mere moment. 25. There.
Take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, you can proceed.
Thank you. We are here on one matter today, docket 2017-494 DP involving Brittany Robinson and Arthur Moore. Arthur Moore's total monthly obligation is $168.50. That is $15 for current support, $50 for arrears, and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees. Their last voluntary payment was $115 on January 4th, 2021. This is their second show cause. They've had 4 bench warrants and 0 contempt findings. Friend of the court has monitored their compliance for the last 6 months at the rate of $160.
Who's they? Why is she using the pronoun? That changed. She didn't do this for the other time. Again, she totally said 15 current, 50 arrears, which fucking doesn't even add up. But even 168. I'm like thinking, what kind of car is he in? It's got a pretty big fucking moonroof. So strange. Anyways, good night, Loud. Thank you again. Lovely to see all of you all. And Grim, I would love a middle name. We should do a poll, maybe. You can give me a middle name. We'll have to set it to the Discord, maybe. Like, seriously, for if Michigan had couldn't he fucking DoorDash? I mean, that other guy said he could make $200 in a couple hours on DoorDash. If he's to be believed, why is this guy with a car obviously driving? What is like again? And I don't think he has a valid license, Aaron. That's not even a given when we see people driving these days. You know? Oh, I like that. I'm reminded of a funny story about a middle name that I don't think I can tell during a regular live stream. I think I might have to do that during a members only.
$50 per month. They should have paid $1,011. They have paid nothing. The total shortfall is $1,011. Their total arrears are $5,837.73 through June of 2024. They have not reported any employment, nor has any been located. They have posted a bond of $500. Friend of the court is requesting to forfeit the bond.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, do you dispute or contest the statements made by Ms. Gilman?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Gilman?
No questions.
Any proofs?
Your Honor, my client fell into a deep depression when he lost his brother and his stepfather. Both of them passed away, and he was.
I'm sorry. I feel really sad about that. I'm really sorry about that. I am grabbing the excuse counter. It's nothing to do with him particularly. Well, it is really. But we don't want to miss this, and I feel like it's going to be a long list. This is hardcore. So that was 2 out of her mouth people that died. Oh, and a deep depression. So that's 3. And I think we're good. This is a specific excuse counter. Let's go.
Wasn't doing much of anything after that. Since then, he's been able to work through that. He's now getting back into things and trying to get a job. He does have an interview today with a power wash company to power wash trucks. And he is hopeful that he will be able to get that employment. He does want to pay. He does not want these arrearages to continue to accrue. And what we're asking for is adjournment to allow him to go to that interview today and get that job lined up to get income withholding put in place so that he can start paying on these on this child support matter and start working towards getting rid of the arrears.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Moore, in this matter, when did your brother and stepfather die?
My stepfather just passed away like a month ago. My aunt just passed away yesterday morning, and my brother died like a year ago.
Oh, adding another one. Sir, your attitude. You need to check yourself, sir. Check yourself right now. You have no clue. If you want to take this road, this is a difficult road to take in the freaking court because you're gonna have to grovel and pretend and be fucking weird. And you're not up for it, my dude. You are not up for it. Absolutely the wrong answer. Already the words out of his mouth, it's not even quite what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. It's like, no, dude. No.
Okay. You understand, Mr. Moore, that obviously a lot of people have relatives that pass away. They still continue to work. They still continue to, again, meet their obligations, et cetera. And unfortunately, you have the condolences, but again, that's not a free pass that, okay, I never have to work again. You understand that?
Yes, I'm on my way to an interview right now, sir.
Okay. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna put her on mute so we don't have to hear that.
She said that she was at work.
Okay. Sir, in the last year, what have you done to acquire employment?
I haven't done much, sir. I just started trying to get a job. Like I said, I was in depression. I apologize to everyone. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. What's your education background, sir?
I have a high school diploma.
Okay. When was the last time you worked full-time employment?
It was like 2019, 2020.
Okay. Anything else, sir, that you'd like to tell me?
I'm really trying. Like I said, I was suffering from like mental health. I'm getting better now. I'm really trying. I'm not a crumb dad. I mean, I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I truly didn't know what to do.
Listen, my dude, I get this, but and we in this chat, we do. Oh, maybe I didn't come across very compassionate today, but there's a long repertoire of us feeling people. Like we get that, man. But how are you living? How do you eat? Who bought that shirt that you're wearing? Whose car are you driving? How did you put gas in that car? Like, why can't you find $168 for your kid every month when you can manage to live? Like, I get that depression is real, but this is not the way to act out on that. That's odd to me. And like also a deep down depression doesn't get cured by like that overnight. So I don't know what seemingly has changed, especially since your aunt died yesterday, and that seemed to spiral you into a deep depression before. It's like, I don't know. It's terrible. I feel bad. But like, couldn't you go to like get welfare even? We call it welfare here. And then you could pay $168 out of your welfare.
So I just shut down, and man, I'm really trying. I'm really trying. I gotta, man. I don't even know what to say. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Ms.
trying. I'm really
Robinson,
trying.
if you'd unmute her. Ms. Robinson, is there anything you'd like to tell the court?
My daughter is 8 years old and she's never met that man. He does not try to pay child support. The only time I get any help or money is when you guys finally catch up with him 3-4 years later. This is crazy. I have 6 kids too, but I work full-time job. I have hustles on the side. Like there's no excuse. There's really not.
Okay, anything else, ma'am?
No, I mean, no. We all go through problems. Like you said, we all still have to make a living and support our children regardless of what we're going through or what comes up.
Okay.
Like I said, that little girl's 8 years old and has never met that man. He does not try to be in her life. He does not try to help me. He does not try to do anything.
Anything else, Ms. Perkins?
Nothing further, thank you.
Well, court will make the following finding in this matter. Mr. Moore had a brother who died approximately a year ago, and some aunt and uncle most recently. But notwithstanding that, as he says, that during that time he didn't do much. As he said, not much. He not know what to do. Well, I can help him out. What to do is you get a job and you move on as most people do, because you have to sustain yourself and to meet your obligations. And just because you were depressed and didn't find you were able to work, that doesn't mean that your child should suffer as a result of your failure to pay child support. So court will find in this matter that Mr. Moore, in fact, failed to make a good faith attempt at compliance, failed or refused to comply, that he had the ability to do so, that they had no, again, they had no restrictions or nothing that would keep him from working. As he states, he has an interview today, and as a result, the court will find that he didn't make a good faith attempt at compliance. He therefore is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Ms. Perkins?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, the court could sentence you up to 45 days in jail. I'm not going to do that because it is your first time where the court would potentially put you in jail. First, the court will forfeit the bond previously posted in this matter. I'm going to sentence you in jail to 21 days in jail with credit for no time served. The court will order that you would report to the jail no later than 4:00 p.m. on Friday, June 14, 2024. The court would allow you to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $500. So if you pay the sum of $500 before the June 14, 2024 date, you do not have to spend time in jail. Otherwise, you would have to spend the 21 days. I'll advise you in this matter, if you don't appear, if you don't pay the $500 and you don't appear in jail by the June 14th date, the court can sentence you or find you in contempt of court and sentence you up to 90 days in jail. So if you don't, again, comply and serve the 21 days, you could get up to 90 days in jail. So that will be the sentence and the order of the court in this matter. I'm giving you that time approximate week and a half, sir, to raise the $500 if you need to stay out of jail. So you're free to go today.
Sir.
Best of luck. I hope things work out. And court will conclude this hearing.
Thank you.
That's all you have, Ms. Gilman? Yep.
Yes, all right, so the next one is now Mr. Allman, and that's with Eric. Just a moment, Mr. Allman. Okay, can you hear us, sir? Hello?
He's coming from the moon.
Hello, Mr. Allman, can you hear us?
Mr. Allman, are you present?
Do you have his phone number, Erica?
One moment.
Yeah, because I think the connection, yeah, his connection is failing.
His connection's just fine. We're hearing a direct line to where
Do you want
he is.
me to?
Yes, I'm thinking of doing this. I'm gonna remove him now, call him and have him reconnect. Yeah, it's something is going on there.
You know what I do in that case when I'm on the phone with somebody who I think has called me but dialed? I go to the number pad and I press a button loudly so that a tone begins to go off and they start looking for where that weird noise is coming from and they find their phone.
269-239-5370.
Dox him further.
Oh, could you call him, please? Or I mean, I can call, that's fine.
Please.
Sorry, I was muted. I missed it. If you could call him for us, Erica, please.
How does that work, Jesus? I don't know how to get him in the hearing.
He uses the
Oh,
CB
no,
radio,
he was
Jesus.
connected via telephone, so he has to reconnect to the.
Just call him and tell him to reconnect on the phone line.
Okay, hold on, please.
How do I do that? With a fucking phone, Erica. She's literally, I know, like, Jesus is getting her to do the job. What's going on here? Oh, fuck me. This is very government. This is so reminiscent of my time in government. Everyone being like, why aren't you doing that? And then nobody doing it. And then me coming along and being like, I'll just do all of that. And them getting really mad that I did it all.
Should be incoming.
All right, I have the ringer on, so as soon as he pops in, we'll hear it.
Did we have a custodial parent on this or not?
No, we
Okay.
don't. Not for this one.
Who is she? Is he, she, who is she if she's not the custodial parent? Grim. Oh, if she had the Michigan average income and 100% parenting time, his income would have had to be about $600 a month. Wow.
Can you hear us now, Mr. Ullman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, one moment. Let me just.
Mr. Alman, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand the charges?
What's that, sir?
Do you understand what you're charged with, sir?
No, sir. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't.
Okay, you're being charged with civil contempt of court for failing to pay child support and related expenses. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Okay. Mr. Allman, I'll have you raise your right hand, and Ms. Barrington as well. We'll have you sworn in, then we'll take some testimony.
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Ms. Barrington, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are before the court today on one matter, an adjourned enforcement hearing for docket 2022-997DZ, agency placed foster care versus Ronald Lee Allman Jr. Mr. Allman's total monthly obligation is $681.50. He is ordered to pay $480 per month for current support, $198 per month on arrears towards according to guideline, and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees. His last payment was $53.16 on February 12th, 2024 through income withholding. This is his first show cause. He has had one bench warrant and no contempt findings. I've measured his compliance during the past 12 months. Including the $300 bond he posted in November, he should have paid $8,478. He has paid $358.16 for a total shortfall of $8,119.84. The total arrears on this case as of May 31st, 2024 are $9,896.53. Mr. Allman does qualify for food stamps and Medicaid. Mr. Allman has been provided with multiple opportunities to submit.
Hold on. He qualifies for food stamps and Medicaid, and somehow his monthly child support obligation is $600? What? Do you guys hear that? There's a live chase. You guys, there's a live chase. I'm not going to cover it, but I want to watch it. I can't. My computer won't do it. Well, I guess we have to finish watching this case. Damn it. Sashina, don't worry. And there's a live chase, I know. But we're not stopping. We're just gonna recognize that.
Current and adequate medical documentation, file a motion to address his obligation or otherwise gain compliance through regular employment.
I think some of us were we were praying for the chase earlier, and obviously some of that shit got held up because I was thinking, wouldn't it be amazing for the guys to have a live chase breakout during the 50K celebration? I mean, that would have been just glorious, glorious.
And he has failed to do so.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Perkins, do you dispute or contest any statements made by Ms. Barrington?
No,
Do you have any questions for Ms. Barrington?
no questions.
Okay, any proofs, Ms. Perkins?
Your Honor, my client is unable to hold a job for very long. When he does get a job, he cannot hold it due to his disability. He has problems with diabetes, neuropathy in his feet. He's got back issues that prevents him from doing certain jobs. He has filed for disability and he is anticipating his award letter sometime within this month for a Social Security disability. With regard to the paperwork that the friend of the court has been requesting, he did drop that off to his doctor at Grace Health. He did not realize that they wouldn't just do the paperwork and give it back to him. When he learned that he had to stay on top of them to make sure they would do it, he did follow up with them and they said, oh, we're not going to do that until you come in for an appointment. And he does have that appointment scheduled for the end of next month. He is doing what he needs to do to prove the medical issues that he has. He tried to do the paperwork, but he did not understand the process that Grace Health is different than other doctors that would fill out paperwork of that nature. So we're asking for an adjournment of this matter to give him the opportunity to go to that doctor's appointment, fill out that paperwork, and also get his award letter that he's anticipating for this month so that they can get the information that he has regarding his disability with regard to this.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Barrington, you stated, have we adjourned this before for Mr. Allman to get the medical documentation in?
More than once, Your Honor.
When was the first time that he was requested to get that medical documentation in?
At the show cause hearing on June 12th, 2023, before the referee, that hearing was adjourned 60 days to allow him to provide medical documentation. He failed to provide that medical documentation and then failed to appear for the adjourned hearing.
What?
Okay.
I've never failed to appear.
Well, do you remember, sir, the hearing that you had with the referee on June 12th, 2023?
No, sir. I know I had one, but I don't remember exactly what the contents were and why it was adjourned. But I don't.
It was adjourned. It was adjourned, sir, so you could provide medical documentation, and you didn't do that. Let me ask you,
No, I do not.
Mr. Allman,
Yes,
have
sir.
you've
Yes, sir.
applied for, okay, you've applied for disability, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Had you previously been denied disability?
I was denied because of work credits. I filed wrong.
Okay.
Hey, am I still here?
Yes, you're still here.
Okay, I'm sorry. It got quiet. I'm sorry. But yes, I have applied. Yes, I was denied. It was for my work credits. And I was denied before because they got the wrong medical information. They actually got my father's medical information instead of mine.
Sir, how have you been supporting yourself when you've had no income?
I was staying with a friend for a while. They were assisting in helping me out. I was trying to get jobs in between there. I've had various jobs trying to hold jobs in between, from Meyer to Helcon to WSI. And it's just, I can't hold those jobs.
Why is that?
Standing up and working, I want to, but when I stand up and I work for too long, it causes my back to bulge. There's a bulging disc in my back, and it causes that to pinch that nerve in the back as well. I have trouble standing because I have no feelings in my feet. So I mean, there's issues when it comes to actually trying to hold these jobs. And when I can't come into work, or I'm bed rest, if you will, because my back bulges out and I have to let that go back into place, they can't hold me. They can't keep me at work because I'm not a consistent worker.
Well, have you looked into any occupational therapy or anything of that nature to get you into a job where, let's say you have a job where you're sitting as a receptionist or something of that nature?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have actually, sir. I've actually called up to Michigan Works and talked to Michigan Works. I've talked to Mickey at Michigan Works to look at helping me see if she can help me find something that would work with my diabetes. They've also are looking at putting me into the CDLA course and going through that to maybe be a driver.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to bring my documentation up to her sometime this week. I just had to get my resume. They're going to help me print out my resume, and I'm just waiting for her phone call back to verify, because right now I don't have my Social Security card. So when I went to Social Security, I actually applied for my Social Security card to come in. But until then, it's like I don't want to wait. So I have a copy of my Social Security card. If they will allow me to bring in just a copy and then maybe bring in my Social Security card after, I don't know the facts on that. So I've called her already to get confirmation. I'm waiting for her to get back in the office. She was out last time I called her, which was on Friday. I called her on Monday. She was out. So I left her a message on her phone. I just need to know if I can bring in photocopies of this stuff and they'll accept them. If that's the case, I can get that turned in and I can get started on the class for my CDLA.
Do you have any idea how long is the CDLA class?
What's that, sir?
How long is the course for your CDL?
I'm not sure on the length of the course. I think it's like a 2-month course or something like that.
Usually,
but I'm not
it's less
exactly
time.
sure on the length.
Usually it's less time. I haven't heard of any of those that are 2 months. I've heard of them as, I think the longest was 6 weeks or something, but
6 weeks? Okay, that sounds about right. And then she said also, upon completing that course and passing the class, they help you get into a job.
Okay. Sir, what I'm going to do is, obviously you've had a lot of adjournments previously, and unfortunately I'm going to give you your final adjournment in this matter. I'm going to adjourn this matter to August 21st. And that way you'll be able to get, as you say, you'll be able to get maybe some response on your Social Security as well as your doc.
And have your hot girl summer. Did he just give him an adjournment to August 31st? Is that what he said? Seriously? He's not going to pass the CDL medical stuff. Jesus Christ.
There's information and those documentation as to your ability to work. I will tell you, this is the last time that you're going to get an adjournment in this case. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So we'll see you on July 21st and
July 20th.
I'm sorry, August 21st, 2024 at the same time. And you better have all of the documentation, everything else. I don't want to hear at that time well, I wasn't able to meet with my doctor, or, oh, I don't know this, or I don't know that, because we're gonna proceed.
There will not be, I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir. I apologize, but there will not be any excuses. I'm diligent with this, and I'm determined.
Well, I'm giving you this opportunity to, again, get all this stuff done so that we have all the information necessary in this case, but, again, this is the last opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Bye, Courtney. Love
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, we will then see you back on, August 21st, 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right.
Oh, Miss Perkins, or Miss Barrington, I meant to, and I didn't put on there, we're gonna forfeit the bond in this matter.
There is no bond in this matter.
You said there was a bond of 300.
We forfeited that back in November.
Okay,
Sorry, I would just wanted you to know that I was including that in what he should have
Okay.
paid over the past year.
okay, I thought maybe it was still there.
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Right, let's move on to our last hearing with Mr.
Last
Wade.
hearing, Billy, you're just in time. You know, my dress did pop earlier, but haven't lost
Can you
any.
hear us, Mr. Davis?
Oh, we can hear you.
Thank you for your patience. We're ready for you.
Mr. Davis, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. In this matter, understand in this case, the court could, if the court finds you in contempt of court, you could be sentenced up to 45 days in jail. If it's a first offense, or if it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand that?
Yes.
And in this matter, the court has appointed Ms. Perkins to represent you. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Ms. Perkins in preparation for this matter?
Yes.
And Ms. Perkins, are you ready to proceed?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Davis, what I'm going to do in this matter, I have you and Ms. Toff raise your right hand, be sworn in, then we'll take some testimony.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Toff, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before the court is Wade Davis of docket number 2013-1719 DP and docket number 2021-1425 DS. We're here today on both cases for an adjourned bench warrant hearing after the respondent failed to appear before Your Honor on February 21st, 2024. On docket number 2013-1719, the respondent's total monthly obligation is $95.50. This comes from $67 for current support, $25.
$67. Can you tell me how fucking deadbeat you have to be to not be able to pay $67 in child support a month? Because here's the thing, if Buddy was like making a good faith effort, aka paying $67 a month, the judge will never throw him in jail. Even if he's not able to make the full payment every month, if he's literally like making, because his payment's only 67. So if you're, and the judges look at it like this, like if he's making $40 payments, that's like way more than most people make towards their normal payments. So it's so simple to me. And it isn't recycling like a thing, like you can collect cans, like where I live, a can is worth 10 cents. Milk containers are worth money. Everything is worth money recycling wise. So this is just like, you can literally buy that on, or like collect that, you know?
Ordered on arrears and $3.50 for service and processing fees.
Last payment made on this docket was $23.09 on February 12th, 2024. This is the 7th show cause. There have been 9 bench warrants and 1 previous contempt finding. I have monitored the compliance for the last 6 months at the rate of $95.50 per month, meaning he should have paid $573 and he has only paid $123.09, making the shortfall for the last 6 months $449.91. Total arrears on this docket are at $4,125.91 through the end of May. On docket number 2021-1425 DS, his total monthly obligation is $338. That comes from $223 for current support, the guideline amount of $111.50 per month on arrears, and $3.50 for service and processing fees. Last payment on this docket was $76.91 in February of 2024. This is the 3rd show cause. There have been 3 bench warrants and 1 previous contempt finding. Monitoring compliance for the last 6 months at the rate of $338 means he should have paid $2,028 and he has only paid $176.91. Total arrears on this docket are at $11,621.40 through May 2024. Friend of the court would like your honor to be aware that the respondent was previously given a 21-day jail sentence for contempt in June of 2023. He has failed to participate in LEAP twice previously, and he did post a $970 bond on the 2013 docket and a $2,701 bond on the 2021 docket.
Okay. Ms. Perkins, do you contest or dispute any statements made by Ms. Toth?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Toth?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, any proofs?
Your Honor, with regard to the case with the 2021 docket, my client indicates that he has his son in his care with regard to that. So, and his daughter is living with an aunt. I went over with him that he needs to file friend of the court paperwork with regard to that to modify the child support because he shouldn't be paying monthly support on a child that is in his care. He indicated that he will be doing that. And also in the 2013 docket case, he has that child in his care as well. The mother has moved out of state and he has that child in care. We also went through him needing to file for a child support modification with regard to that case as well, so that he's not being charged current support on a child that is in his care. He is taking care of his children. He is not just not taking care of his children since they are in his care. So we are asking that you allow an adjournment so that he can file the necessary paperwork with the friend of the court for both of these cases to update that the children are with him and to get rid of these current monthly supports with regard to that so that they can be modified and the one with the daughter that is not in his care be at a more reasonable rate that he can pay regularly with. He is not a father that is not doing his obligations. He is taking care of his children. We want you to take all that into consideration and allow an adjournment.
Okay. Ms. Toth, are you aware of the fact that he has custody of the children?
No, I was never told that prior to right now, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, why did you keep this a secret and didn't say something to Ms. Toth about having custody of these kids?
Your Honor, this isn't my first rodeo. I've had my kids before, and I've came and filed out the paperwork. Did the paperwork, never got a response. I've called, never got a call back. This was a few years ago. So I figured like I'm at a loss either way it goes.
Let me tell you, Ms. Toth hasn't been in the front of the court for a couple of years. She just got in last year, so she wouldn't know any of that information. So if you want somebody at the front of the court to know something, you got to tell them that. You can't assume that they know something that happened years ago.
Sir, I've done this. I've said like I've been through this before. The last time I've notified and let it be known that I have my children, nothing happened. I was still paying child support. So here we are again. I'm at a loss either way it goes.
What you're going to have to do is file a motion with the circuit court clerk's office when you file a motion, there's a notice of hearing. You will schedule it for a hearing at that time as well. And then the matter will be heard. And you say, well, I didn't hear back. Well, if you don't schedule for a hearing, you won't hear back because you won't get a hearing date, but that's up to you. You have a right to schedule it. You can schedule a hearing before me any Monday that there is at 10:30. So, and if you schedule it, it's going to be heard on a Monday at 10:30. So you're not going to be gone for months or years at a time without hearing back, because we have to hear those when they're scheduled.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard that part. Like I said, I went through this maybe 3 years ago. And
Go to the clerk's office, ask for an improper motion. You will file the motion first you can file a motion to change custody and to modify your support, because that's what apparently you want to do.
Okay.
Okay? And you get that scheduled. You can schedule that any Monday at 10:30, as long as you provide 9 days notice to the other side. So you couldn't schedule like next Monday because they wouldn't get 9 days notice. But if you schedule it by this Friday and send it out, you could get it heard on the following Monday, which would be the 17th, the 24th. You can schedule it for, I'm going to do, Mr. Davis, in this matter, I'm going to adjourn this matter to, August 21st, 2024 at 8:45 a.m. That'll give you sufficient time to get the motions filed and heard. And at least we'll have that matter resolved, but you understand, notwithstanding that, you still have a sizable arrearage. And even if the custody's changed and your support amounts change, you're still gonna owe an arrearage, you understand?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you back on August 21st, and maybe before then if you file the motion.
Okay.
Okay? You're free to go. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
So Your Honor, are we just gonna continue those bonds then to that hearing?
What I'm gonna do, I've got those bonds, I'm gonna forfeit the bonds at this point today. And then, we'll just see you back on the August 21st date.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Ms. Perkins, I think that's all you have, isn't it?
Well, I had paperwork on a Cody Hill and a Kevlin Holmes. Did they not show up, or?
Mr. Holmes did,
That one got a bench warrant.
we did a bench warrant on that earlier. The other one, I don't recognize the name.
Cody Hill. I can tell you.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Hill had a bench warrant as well.
Oh, no, not that one. Hill had adjourned to September 4th, monitor employment status and income withholding. So Holmes did get a bench warrant, but not Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. And we will close.
Okay, you're free to go. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
See you, Lisa.
Bye.
You're here.
That goes for each and every one of you guys to have a great night. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out on a Saturday. Thanks for being part of the 2K Club. I can only assume if you're still here this late, you're part of the 2K Club. If you didn't yet watch the 50K celebration over on Credence and Mikey, go watch that. Leave a comment. They inspire me a lot and are really supportive of the channel, so please go show them some love. I appreciate each and every one of you. We have 2 shows to look forward to tomorrow. A Sunday Court Watchers Anonymous meeting that we all are welcome to. I mean, we're all really welcome to everything, but also members only. Going to be a fun one. Yeah. Again, I hope that each and every one of you have a really good night. 3K right around the corner. We hope so. We hope so. Seriously, I really love and appreciate each and every one of you. Love hanging out. It's always a good time. That's why we do it every day. Crazy, I know. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Remember that. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.